Okay, we good? All right. Well, let's see, it is 7 o'clock. I'd like to welcome everyone to the planning board meeting of August 5th. We have, I think, 5 items on the agenda this evening. So would you join in a pledge of allegiance, please?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Catherine, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Anderson?
Here.
Mr. Kashani?
Here.
Mr. Jardine? Mr. Kosey?
Here.
Mrs. Malton?
Here.
Ms. Dorsey?
Here.
Mr. Artuso?
Here.
Mr. Ricciardi?
Here.
Did you call? Oh, did you call? I'm sorry.
Earl Attorney?
Okay.
Here.
Okay, let's get started. Well, Mark, do you want to read the first item then?
Do we want to say that things and links is postponed until next month in case it?
Yeah, it's a good idea, John. If anybody is here for that Dixon Links, the court that's going over on Hagnard's property there, that's been tabled. So I don't know if anybody's here for that. So, okay, we'll let it go. Go ahead.
Okay, first tabled matter, tonight's Sienna Reserve located on Orchard Road. The applicant is Insight Land Development Incorporated. We are requesting final site plan and subdivision approval associated with the creation of 10 single-family lots on 5.94-acre parcel located in an R3 single-family residential district under sections 269-10, 296-27, 350-12 of the Code of the Town of Webster.
Okay, thanks, Mark. Just a little kind of update. This project in July of 21 received a sketch plan review, and October 21st of 21, October 19th, I'm sorry, it received preliminary approval. So in the meantime, there's been issues trying to get sewer to it and so on and so forth. So there was some delay. Now, just for the record, a lot of this stuff has already been beaten down pretty well. The zoning there is R3, so this isn't allowed use in that area. There were several PRC Project Review Committee comments at the time, and those were applied to these plans, to the current plans. Again, that area came in under a cluster development. Cluster development in the town of Webster allows lots to be a minimum of 75 foot wide. There isn't a lot in this project that's 75. Everyone I think there's only a couple maybe, there are 80. The rest are all 100 foot wide lots. So they conform to the average lots of people in that whole area with standard lots. Instead of parkland, it was recommended by the homeowners in the area. To go to a conservation easement, and Rudy, he can designate restrictions on no tree removals and so on and so forth by the residents. That's something that can be put in. That was one of the requests they had. And one of the things we talked about also was at the rear line of these parcels, where easement would be, to put posts in. So we've talked to Rudy about it, posting 4 foot by 4-inch by 4-inch posts with a sign on them, conservation easement, no removal of trees or anything within this area. So that will be part of a resolution for the approval on this project. And those are just notes I had just to bring it back up to date. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. I think you hit a lot of the highlights that I had also.
Oh, well, you can go.
Perfect. I'm Mike Bogajeski with B&B Associates. Rudy Neufeld from Inside Land Development couldn't be here tonight, but we also have Megan Cerny from our office who did help, was the engineer working on the plans also. Like he had mentioned, the project received preliminary approval back in October 2021, so we're here seeking final approval, subdivision approval tonight. We've been working with the town on confirming some of the sewer details. The town was looking at some sewer options, so we've been working with the town. So hence the kind of the longer time frame between preliminary and coming back for final now. But at this point, I think we've got all that sorted out with town staff. We've met with town staff initially, so that way we can get a lot of those details ironed out. And now Rudy would like to look for final subdivision approval and move forward with the subdivision. It's been a little bit, like mentioned, so I'll do a quick recap of the project just to kind of, I don't know how much everybody remembers of it. Like you mentioned, it's zoned R3. Access will be off Orchard Road. The project's on the north side of Orchard Road. The roadway will be private, and like you mentioned, there'll be an HOA for the subdivision as a whole to for ownership of the private portions of the project, and to provide maintenance of those items. Utilities are consistent with a subdivision like this. Water main will be extended from Orchard Road. Sanitary sewer is consistent with the preliminary approved plans to go to the north to Blue Creek Drive cul-de-sac. There's an existing sanitary sewer manhole there. That's where sewer will connect to. Storm sewers will run along the roadway and then will extend to a proposed stormwater management area in the northwest corner of the project there. That's basically where the drainage flows to, and then it goes to the north into existing storm sewers within the subdivision to the north. Like you had mentioned, there are conservation easement areas that were reviewed during the preliminary approval on basically the east and west boundaries of the project. Those haven't changed, still consistent with the preliminary plans. One of the conditions of the preliminary approval was for additional tree plantings to enhance the buffer to the residential neighbors to the north. So that's one of the additions that was made to the final subdivision plans, was additional tree plantings along basically that northern boundary of the property of the project. And then the one thing Rudy did propose was, and he's done it, I believe, on a couple of his other projects, where he plants trees at the end of the roadway along with some portions of fencing, board-on-board wooden fencing, to try to create a little landscaped area at the end of the road, so that way kind of creates a little buffer and designates the end of the road also, which would help to the residents to the north also. We did receive PRC comments before we submitted the final application, and then additionally, since submitting, we received town engineer comments and town staff comments. Part of the final application included the responses to those initial PRC comments, and then we did just submit written responses to the latest round of town engineer and town staff comments. A lot of that stuff we've met with town staff on just to review. We're confident, Rudy's confident, that a lot of that stuff can be addressed. We don't see anything in there that hasn't been addressed or hasn't been talked about at this point. So we're pretty confident that that stuff can be basically just finalized on any revised plans to be submitted to town staff and then reviewed from there. A lot of the technical changes that need to happen. But that's very much the recap and summary of what's happened from preliminary to final. But the plans themselves are very much consistent with the approved preliminary plans. So with that, be happy to answer any questions from the board.
Okay, I guess we received, I read it quickly, but received a letter today, last minute here, from Dan Magic, I believe it is, I might be wrong with how it is, 789 Blue Creek, and he had some comments here. He wanted this, I think what we'll do is we'll add this into the record. These are very similar to the comments. I'm assuming some of you people are neighbors there? Neighbors there? Okay. Can you hear us back there okay? Oh, really? I'm sorry. Can you hear now? Is that better? Oh, I'm sorry. I received a letter from this gentleman today in regard to the project, and someone or people from your group had submitted a letter previous with a bunch of signatures. You're all familiar with that, I guess? Well, I have to compliment you on it. You did a nice job with that, whoever did it. They were legitimate requests. I agree with many of the things on there. I think you did a very fine job with that, whoever did it. Just for correcting on some of them, within the 65-foot buffer, I'm just going to read a couple of these, just to try and shorten this thing up, and so we can get it all on the same page here with the board. Within the 65-foot buffer, which is 15 foot beyond the 50-foot required setback and constitutes the limit of disturbance. On lots 6 through 10, we propose that the removal of existing vegetation be specifically prohibited and included in the definition constitutive disturbance within the area, in addition to any excavation. I agree with that 100%. We can put that in a resolution. We can put that in, that does not get cut, does not get disturbed. Okay, that was one of the main things you had there. So you want to keep that buffer. So it's a request, and personally I agree. I'm hoping the board will go also. There's a comment in there about existing trees to be saved over 8 inches and so on. That is in the approval. We already did that. It says we didn't do it. Yes, we did. It's right in the minutes of the preliminary approval. That was accomplished. Trees that are mature trees need to be preserved. Now, obviously, we all know that you can't preserve a tree where there's a house going to go, a driveway, the road, and so on and so forth. Trees on the property then can be saved. And those, we can put in that those be saved. Any trees over 8 inches, not in a right-of-way or anything, can be saved. I'm going through these because I'm trying to address your letter without making a whole evening of it here. So bear with me. Within all areas outside the limits of disturbance, we would propose that rather than the areas being, that's a nice fancy word, constitutive, wow, big word, of the conservation easement belonging to the HOA or the new residents who may vote to, at any time, to encroach, alter, or remove it. Greater protection should be afforded to this wooded area by either of the following options. Town take control of the easement, or the developer should be required to place restrictions. And it goes on in that phase. That's an absolute. Once HOA is formed, the homeowners there, then the 10 homeowners that are ultimately be in there, they can't vote to say, well, you know what, we're going to change it. No, that land stays forever wild. That is part of a resident. That's the way a HOA works. So there's nobody going to be able to go in and change anything afterwards. Okay? Understood that? Okay. And let's see. Developers should be required to place the restrictions upon the deeds of all lots. Yeah, that's good. And with prohibitive removal of existing mature vegetation outside of the disturbance area, as well as being required to provide notice to the purchasers. That could go right in the deed when they buy the house. So that would be in their deed, that they cannot disturb that land. Okay, so look, I'm trying to address some of the things that your letters, pretty much all of them. And what else have I got? There's something, I think that was pretty much it. So with that, we did close the public hearing, but I know this is 4 years ago, it's been a while. If there is anybody who wants to speak in regard to this, just keep it short for a few minutes. Anything new or different, you're more than welcome to come up. Yes, sir. Just go up and give us your name and address, okay?
Gregory Schuler, 793 Blue Creek Drive. I'm right against the land because it's a pie shape. Mm-hmm. The only really concern I have at this point is the fence and trees. The fence will stunt the growth of the trees, and I've looked at his other properties where he's done it, and things are falling over. I mean, it looks terrible. It should just be a double row of trees to make it look pretty. and more protection. Because a fence doesn't grow high, trees do. And then I just want to make sure there's no additional assessment on my property, because last time on the map that I got, I was giving all my land to the town, because no one approved the blueprint. So I just want to make sure no additional assessment is put on my property where the sewer line is going. So I don't know where I can see that.
I'm losing you there. Is the sewer crossing your property? Is it?
No, it's next to mine, but
Okay.
it's really tight.
Okay,
And I didn't give them permission to use my land, but on the last survey map or whatever, layout of, they had my land being given to you guys. And I want to make sure no assessment is put on my land.
okay.
So can we go back on one of the things?
It's clarified if it's an easement.
Yeah, I don't believe the easement's on that property.
Okay, you are,
There, it looks like there's an assessment for that.
Easement.
okay.
So this is the property line.
That's the property line?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay,
and this is the sewer line.
okay. That's fine.
So that would be in the middle of the easement that's been
Yeah,
given.
as long as the property line, because I don't want any of his.
Now I understand what you're saying. Yep. So you just don't want anything going over onto yours. I got you. Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Anybody else wish to? Any other comments from anyone? Yes, ma'am.
Well, actually,
Hi.
kind of following up on what the gentleman
Oh, go
just
ahead.
said.
Diana
If you-
Davis.
If you
Hold
look
on a
at,
second, Dan.
if you look at the plan that shows where the trees are being removed, these plans show trees being removed from this gentleman's property.
From his property?
Yes.
Yeah, there are a couple mature trees that,
Those trees are already taken down.
They're going to be taken down, you say?
Where are they? I can't see.
All of those X's.
Those are already taken down.
They're all
I told
done.
them already, why didn't you update the map? They
Okay.
were taken down 3 years ago.
Oh, really? Well, that's plus through then. That's
Okay,
good.
no,
Thank you.
Because he's concerned about work being done on his property, and this showed work, but if it's been done already, then it's not a concern.
Thank you. Dan, go ahead.
Hi. Yeah, I just want to say, actually, I really like this development. So I think it's great that you guys worked with the developer and there's preservation of, existing vegetation. The conservation easement thing is awesome. This is the kind of thing that, our group, the Webster Open Space Committee, we really sort of want to see happening more often in Webster. I think it is the perfect example of how when you have a development, it doesn't have to be completely awful and destroy everything. It can be actually really nice and you can get the best of both worlds. And I think it's also a great example of how, residents, I don't know who Dan is, but I think it's a great example of how they can, if they're understanding the code and they can intelligently ask for things that make sense, that are within, your power to do, this is how it's all supposed to work. So yeah, I just want to say, this is exactly what I like to see, and
Good.
yay. And also, I just wanted to clarify, the elements of their letter that you were, sort of agreeing to and saying, this is good stuff. You're gonna read those into the resolution, obviously not the thing about the homeowners association, because as you explained, that doesn't need to be.
What I've done, I've taken notes on it.
Okay.
So if we make a motion, whoever makes a motion, we can, in my opinion, I would like to
Okay.
enter these into the resolution, yes.
Okay, because I know that's important, so,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
okay, all right, thanks.
Again, Dan, how do I don't know how to pronounce his name, D-R-M-A-C-I-C-H. Damage, I guess it is something like, whatever. He did submit a letter, this came late today, I mean, this is like 4 years late, but, we're okay with it. And pretty much everything he's got in here is what I just expressed, because it sounds like he read your letter and put a lot of it in here. So what I'll do is I'll give it to Catherine, we'll enter this into the record also, okay? All right, and this, I'm gonna use this one here yet, and you can have it. All right, now, board. Some were not here when this was approved back then. Did receive a preliminary approval, and since then, it has received all governmental approval. It's gone to PRC, it's been updated with comments from PRC committee and so on and so forth. So if anybody has anything they'd like to add into it, please help out. John?
No, I'm fine.
All right. Derek?
No, it's pretty much the same as it was
Yeah,
before, so.
yeah. And now I guess as far as engineering, Josh and Keith, you guys, you've received all the necessary paperwork for it? So you fellas are all set with it?
Yes.
You guys are okay? Okay, then the engineering is good. That was a concern we had back then, and here we are tonight. So, this, we did seeker on this back then, right?
Yep, that's correct.
That was done,
Yep.
that preliminary, yeah, so we don't have to do a seeker. All right, then, all right, this may take a little bit, because I don't have anybody preparing a motion for me. I'm gonna make a motion for the approval of this, so just help me out, okay?
Wait, is it one or two?
What's that?
Final site plan and
Subdivision, yeah, the subdivision will be separate, we'll just make us, usually we use that as a separate one. Thanks for reminding me, remind me again probably. All right, I'm gonna make a motion for the Sienna Reserve project and for final approval, and I'll use the cheat sheet for some of this stuff. And let's see, we'll make this subject to all project review committee comments. I'm going to put down subject to parks and recreation fees. Now, that is, there is this goes way back, and I can just give you, we used to have a resolution just specifically for that, and this was pursuant to this law, blah, blah, blah. Hereby finds facts that an applicant present a proper case for requiring parks and recreation where you don't have parkland on a piece of property that you're developing. Some places they put parks in, you know, for a ball field or what have you. In cases where they're not, then the homeowners have to contribute to a parks and rec fee through the town. So that's, we just put that in, so just to clarify what that all is. So, subject to parks and recreation fees. Subject to all preliminary approval conditions. Subject to all applicable governmental fees. Make that subject to Department of Public Works approvals. And significant construction shall occur within 1 year as deemed by the planning board to expire on August 5th, 2026. The conditions of preliminary, this is important, you need to do this. The conditions of preliminary and final approval, because we've turned some down now. The conditions for preliminary and final approval are depicted on the cover sheet of the final design plans. Okay?
Understood.
And the engineer for the proposed project shall provide a letter of certification that all proposed work was completed as per planning board resolution of the final approval before a certificate of occupancy will be issued. A letter of credit to the town for the project shall include the fee for the engineer's final certification, inspection of the site. All stormwater facilities, that would be the detention pond, so on and so forth, are to be constructed first. All downspouts connected to the storm sewers, subject to resolution of the final approved minutes. And this is based on drawing number. What is this drawing number? Anybody see it there? What is your drawing number on this one?
2723-16.
2723?
272316.
That would be, yeah,
272316.
that's the cover sheet.
All right, now, you guys want to help me out with any of this? I want to add these couple of things that we just discussed. I'm going to put those in there too. One is, I'll put this whole sentence in. Within the 65-foot buffer, I'll give you this after so you can just take it. No. Within the 65-foot of buffer, which is 15 foot beyond the 50-foot setback and constitutes the limit of disturbance on lots 6 through 10. It says, we propose, all right.
Mr.
Well,
Chairman,
I'm sorry.
sorry to interrupt, I think that would be consistent with the comment to provide the conservation easement signage along that limit of the conservation easement, which is beyond the setback.
That's another part of it.
Okay,
down in
yeah,
there, too.
I'm thinking that might cover.
I'll put it in, just so
Okay.
we reiterate.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might cover it.
Yep. And we propose the removal, let's see, where am I, blah, blah, blah. This constitute a limited disturbance on lots 6 through 10. We propose the removal of existing vegetation be specifically prohibited and included in the definition constitutive of disturbance within this area, in addition to any excavation of soil and grading. So we'll put that in there, that's gonna be part of it. Anybody, anything else you've seen in that letter that you think? Within economic limits of disturbance. Okay, the trees, that we had that in the preliminary, so you're gonna have to, before you get a permit and everything, you're gonna have to just locate the trees that you're saving on the site. They're 8 inches.
Okay.
Okay? So saving the trees, that's already been in there, so we'll follow up with that one. And, I'm sorry?
Sorry, I was just trying to help you because I heard you.
No, go ahead.
Deed restrictions, were there?
Yeah, that comes in here, that's part of the HOA. That would be in homeowner's restriction, that's the idea. Let's back it up a little bit, we'll put it in, but part of the approval for the HOA is the deed restrictions that none of that land can be touched. And that's controlled because it is an HOA. So the HOA controls that. Now,
Mr. Chairman, it would also be included in the easement language for those two
Right.
proposed conservation easements,
Yep.
then it gets included.
Yep, I got
Included
you.
in the HOA, I believe, yeah.
And I think we discussed the rear property lines at the 65-foot buffer coming back of the buffer area, that 4-inch by 4-inch posts signed, as this is a conservation easement, be placed in the rear lines of those lots.
Correct, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, anything else? You folks want to help me with anything, feel free, this is all part of your neighborhood. I think these are everything that you requested.
Double trees.
Oh yeah, thank you, okay, there we go, we did talk about that. Is instead of a fence,
Can I address that?
Sure.
Anyone quickly? So the fence is not proposed along the rear property line. It's only proposed just at the end of the road. It's only little.
Where it comes into my living room, and a fence doesn't grow.
Yep, correct.
let's just put the trees.
So beyond the fence, we show basically the line of proposed evergreens, and then beyond that is the amount of buffer existing trees that we could keep to limit the grading. So but at least the fence isn't along the property line. It's just a small section at the end of the road. The real buffer is the continuous row of tree plantings. So. The landscape plan shows it really.
Is that what I'm looking at right at the end there, Josh? Right there, where you got your, is it, what's just
Those
below
are
that?
proposed new trees.
You can show the old, there's one with the fence right at the end of this drive road, right there.
There's the design for, yeah, that's what the gentleman is not.
And that's only for the width of the road right at the end of it, where the pavement stops.
You can move and get a road built up to your house, only in Webster.
Okay, so what you're saying, you prefer not to see, you prefer to just see the trees in there?
I would prefer green giant everglades, which grow 2 to 3 foot a year.
Let's just do that, okay?
Buffer that area.
It's all the same.
Noise and everything. Because you can get all the noise
Yep.
from your ponds.
Okay, all right. So we'll eliminate the fencing and propose the trees to match what they're putting in.
And it's like levels of, alternate.
How can I word that? You're gonna have to help me.
Yeah.
You were in there.
I'm just gonna listen to you.
All right, okay, so let's put it this way. No fencing along the rear property line, and it should be just a line of evergreen evergreen trees. Okay, all right, that's what we'll do. All right, what else did we have? Let's see, campus. All right, and again, what you just said, you mentioned it's under the HOA, so that makes the restriction, so nobody can do anything as far as cutting trees in there. Let's see, what else did I have? Community preservation and contained in current site plan, actual upheld during construction there. Details on, okay, I think that covers it pretty much. Derek, you think of anything else, or? It pretty much covers it all. I think we've addressed the comments of the neighbors. I think we've worked as best we can with it, because, you know, we all know that there's houses going up and the land is approved for it, and all we can do is the best we can do with it, you know? Okay, with that would be a motion. We need a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a
All
second.
right,
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Kashani.
Aye.
Mr. Giardina.
Aye.
Mr. Anderson.
Aye.
Mr. Coastal.
Aye.
Mrs. Malvin.
Aye.
Okay, I guess we're all set with it then.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, good luck with the project.
Have a good evening. Was
Oh,
that
yeah,
just,
we have to make, I'll make a motion that we include also that this parcel for the subdivision approval for this parcel for the Sienna Reserve.
Second.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Kashani.
Aye.
Mr. Giardina.
Aye.
Mr. Anderson.
Aye.
Mr. Coastal.
Aye.
Mrs. Malvin.
Aye.
Okay, I guess we're all set.
thanks.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Because I'm just gonna put it.
Okay, this is the message.
Okay.
That's the one I've been doing, just worded, but we'll do that. Okay, with that, Mark, do you want to move on to the next one?
Second tabled item on tonight's agenda, Cobblestone Place Phase Number 2, located at 1025 Ravenside Lane. The applicant, Rickwood Management, is requesting preliminary final site plan approval along with a public hearing in association with the construction of a 3-story building containing 47 market rate apartment units on 5.0-acre lot located in a medium-high residential district under sections 269-11 and 350-14 of the Code of the Town of Webster.
Gentlemen,
Good evening. My name is Jay Calabrese. I'm with Marathon Engineering. Here to present the Cobblestone Phase 2 project. I'm also here with Luke Van Epps with Brookwood Management, as well as Matt Tomlinson with Marathon Engineering. We are seeking preliminary and final approval for the 3-story, 47-unit market rate apartment facility. Just to kind of follow up on some board comments from the July meeting, we finalized the snow storage locations, as well as we confirmed with our landscape architect that the plantings on the south side, they're along the 3-on-1 slope, will grow just fine. He was very confident in that. Between that last meeting and tonight, we have updated the SWIP, resubmitted it, and received comments back from the town on 7/23. We were able to sit down with Keith, Mark, Erica with the town to just review the comments and just confirm that they were more maintenance related than engineering related. After that meeting, we updated our plan just to include a pond plan as well as some minor updates within the body of the SWIP, and then resubmitted that the 1st of August to the town. And they are currently, I think, just reviewing that now. Other than that, there really hasn't been many changes plan-wise. So with that, I'll hear any comments or concerns from the board.
okay, anybody any concerns on this? We pretty much went through it. Peggy, you had comments about the trash, about recycled stuff?
Yep, we'll have recycling
You
with
got
that, with the facility, yep.
And the other one, I think Jason made a comment about snow storage. We made comments on that.
Yep, yes, yeah, we finalized those.
Resolved
Yep.
all that. And everything else was engineering detail, and that was the SWIPs and so on and so forth. With that, Keith, Josh, you guys are all right with all that? All the engineering?
We've received their responses to our comments, we've not reviewed them yet.
Okay. All right, so let's see. They did come in for preliminary. We did close the public hearing. I don't know if there is anybody here for that project. We did close it, but we could, no one here. Okay, that's fine, we'll leave it closed. Anybody, any comments on this for preliminary? Cobblestone? Nothing? Okay, well, make a motion. All right, I'll make a motion for preliminary approval. Make it subject to PRC comments. Letter of credit posted with the town of Webster. Conservation Board comments were addressed. Subject to Monroe County Water Authority comments. Subject to determination of ZBA. You did get variances. Those were received, so we got that. Address any land to be conveyed to the town. None of that. Address any recent subdivision approvals. None of that. Let's see, all the improvements shall be constructed according to specifications of the town of Webster. All roadway construction to be in accordance with specifications and regulations set forth by the town of Webster. And all site work is to be in compliance with the standards of the town of Webster. Preserve all mature trees. I don't think there's any trees there, is there?
Nope.
So nothing to preserve, okay, well, we'll put it in there. Trees on the site possibly marked, okay. Comply with requirements of any state, county, and town agency. Address drainage, lighting, signage, landscaping, buffering, berming, and snow storage. And I think we covered all that. You had all those in your plans.
Yep.
The landscape, hardscape, and site accessories, and associated finished grading design for the development must be prepared by a New York State licensed landscape architect, and the final landscape plan shall bear the seal and signature of the landscape architect. Approvals are subject to the drawing number, what is that one? You see it on there? Drawing number, well, no, I can't see it.
For the landscape plans?
No, for your drawing, with the set of plans we have. What's the number on that?
Which one?
Dated May, dated May, hold it, stop it.
Oh, the job number you can do 1764-25.
Okay, all right, 1764 job number. All right, that is a preliminary approval motion. Need a second.
Second.
Mr. Kishon.
Aye.
Mr. Giardina. Mr. Anderson.
Aye.
Mr. Kosel.
Here,
These guys gotta go to sleep tonight.
Mrs. Moore.
Aye.
We're gonna have a training program after this meeting tonight. Okay, we're good with that. Final approval. Anything for final? I think we've got everything. We had everything the last time. It was just dealing with the drainage and so on and so forth, right? Okay, then let's keep going then, Nick. Make a motion for, somebody want to do it? I'll do it. I've got it right here. All right, for final approval, so we'll make a subject to PRC comments. Subject to parks and recreation fees as deemed by the town board. Subject to preliminary approval conditions, subject to all applicable governmental fees. Subject to Department of Public Works approvals. Significant construction shall occur within 1 year as deemed by the planning board to expire on August 5th, 2026. The conditions of preliminary and final approval are depicted on the cover page of the final design drawing. Want to have that on there?
Yep.
Okay.
Will do.
I keep saying this because sometimes it just doesn't come in and it gets sent back and it gets held up and so on and so forth. Okay. The engineer for the proposed projects will provide a letter of certification that all proposed work was completed as per planning board resolution of final approval before a certificate of occupancy will be issued. A letter of credit to the town for the proposed projects will include the fee for the engineer's final certification inspection of the site. All stormwater facilities are to be constructed first. All downspouts to be connected to the storm sewer. And subject to resolution of the final approved minutes, and this is subject to the same drawing number. And that would be a motion. Anything else we need to put in there? I think we covered it all, didn't we? Everything is on the drawing, so, okay, that would be a motion for final approval. Need a second.
Second.
Peggy?
Second.
Okay, good, yeah.
Mr. Kashani.
Aye.
Mrs. Maltman.
Aye.
Mr. Kosel.
Aye.
Mr. Anderson.
Aye.
Mr. Giardina.
Aye.
Okay, I guess you're all set, fellas. Good luck with the project. Okay, on to the next one.
First scheduled matter on tonight's agenda, McAlpin Industries Phase 1. Located at 865 Hard Road, the applicant, McAlpin Industries, is requesting final site plan modifications including minor revisions to the previously approved Phase 1 plans associated with the construction of a 120,000 square foot light manufacturing warehouse on a 25.65 acre lot located in an OP4 area, North Office Park District, under section 269-10 of the Code of the Town of Webster.
Good evening,
Gentlemen,
Mike Ritchie from Costage Engineering. With me is Matt McAlpin and some other McAlpin team members here. We were last before you, I believe it was May 20th, where this board granted final site plan approval for Phase 1 as well as special use permit approval. Since then, Matt and his team have been getting pricing and crunching some numbers and come to the decision that Phase 2 needs to happen sooner than later, which is what's resulting in this modification of Phase 1. They're very minor modifications, all a result of building out Phase 2 immediately. Those minor changes are shifting of the loading docks from being built in the Phase 1 portion to just immediately north. No change to the number of docks or anything like that, just shifted, as well as the entrance that was proposed for the Phase 1 is just getting minimized a little bit because the grand Phase 2 entrance will be built immediately. Everything else that this board reviewed, that engineering reviewed previously in terms of stormwater and traffic and layout are all as they were approved then and was approved per the preliminary plan. So we did receive some comments from town staff when we submitted. I guess primarily the first was, can we combine our Phase 1, Phase 2 into one set instead of having two separate standalone? That would be confusing. So we did do that, resubmitted that, and then I believe, was it late last week or Monday, we received a few minor sewer department comments, and we sent revisions back to the town addressing those today. So again, the Phase 1 modifications are as a result of moving forward with Phase 2. So happy to answer any questions this board may have.
okay. I think with Phase 1 here, Mike, I think what you've got, modification, and I don't see any issues with that. I think we're doing that as separate, obviously.
Right.
We're doing that as a separate resolution. We gave final approval to Section 1 a while ago there, and with the new section that they're proposing to do, they had to modify what we already approved. So basically, all we're doing here is just making a modification to what was already approved. Somebody want to make a motion to that, if you're all okay with that? I think it's just a matter of simple resolution that we're approving modifications. Go ahead, you want to do it?
Yeah,
We're
second.
approving modifications to Section 1, that's all.
Yep,
Go ahead.
I second.
No, make a motion.
Oh,
Yeah, what are we doing?
We're gonna make a motion for
A motion for final site plan
modification to the final approval of Section 1.
Call it final site plan
Plan.
modification.
Okay.
Okay, that's your motion? Okay, I'll second it.
Somebody else is gonna.
I'll second it.
Either way, it doesn't.
Made by Tony.
Okay.
Made by, yeah.
Okay,
Either way.
Mrs. Maltman.
Aye.
Mr. Kashani.
Aye.
Mr. Giardina. Mr. Anderson.
Aye.
Mr. Kosel.
Aye.
Okay, we've got that one finally under our belt. Now, Section 2.
Yes, so Section 2 is the 120,000 square feet immediately north of Phase 1. Again, all the stormwater management, traffic, everything was designed for full build out. So no real engineering change, just building some additional bioretention facilities and building the additional parking. And one thing that did come up prior to the submission for Phase 2, the fire marshal had comments that a fire access road would be needed to be built whenever phase 2 were to be proposed. So as you can see, that's shown on the phase 2 plans along that west property line, an emergency access road for just emergency access vehicle only, tying into Publishers Parkway. So everything else per this plan is the same as it was on the preliminary plan, but just building more of it in one step now.
The emergency exit, that goes out onto Publishers Park?
Correct, that's right, yep.
All right, now, I don't know what the story is, there's some issues with that yet, Josh? There's some engineering stuff that needs to be resolved?
Well, we appreciate that we did just get a revision, I believe, earlier today or yesterday. Unfortunately, all staff have not had an opportunity to review in depth and detail the phase 2 plans. So.
Okay, well, we probably should table this then.
I mean, the phase 2 plans are as they were for, preliminary stormwater traffic, but again, if town staff isn't comfortable with it, I guess we can come back at a later date. But again, there really are no changes to this plan than what was approved, and we're happy to work with town staff on any conditions they may have.
That's engineering, I don't know what needs to be resolved with that, so
Right, and again, all we got today were a few minor sewer comments, labeling things, adding cleanouts. I know this is a big project and they want to make sure it's all set, and we're more than happy to add a condition that, no plan sign off can be, sent in until we've addressed all town staff comments.
I'll leave that up to engineering, whatever they choose to do, we'll.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
What's that, Keith?
I'm okay with that.
I can't hear.
He's okay.
He's okay with that.
Okay, you wanna do that? All right, so we can move forward with it then. And then we'll just put in our part of the resolution that
I guess I'll be clear.
final details will be resolved through engineering,
Correct.
okay?
I want to clarify, similar to others, your pre-Mylar review will be an extended review.
That we understand, and we're more than willing to work with town staff to address any and all comments they may have.
Okay, so, all right, so I'll make a motion for the final approval for section.
Tony, before you do that.
Go ahead.
Quick question.
Yeah.
With, this emergency access road going up to Publishers Parkway.
Yep.
Is that a gate that's at the beginning of it?
Yes, it'll be Knox box for fire department access.
I'm looking more for just a reminder than anything else. The address of the property?
Yep, it's, we worked with town staff and it is a Hard Road address. I think it's 865 Hard Road is the address. So yeah, that was revised in the plans. and
So that is the final address?
That is the final address, yep.
That's it.
Okay, all set? You okay with that? And I make a motion that we grant the final approval for phase 2 of the McAlpin project, and based on drawings presented, and make that subject to any engineering details be worked out with the town.
Yes, thank you.
Okay? All right, that's a motion.
One second.
All right, have a second, go ahead.
Mr. Kashani?
Aye.
Mr. Giardina?
Aye.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Mr. Kosel?
Aye.
Mrs. Maltman?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, good luck with the project.
Next item on the agenda tonight, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, located at 711 and 715 Ridge Road. Applicant Jason Stanley is requesting final site plan approval in association with the demolition of the existing structure, two-story residential dwelling, barn and garage, and the construction of a new 2,587 square foot banking facility with internal site parking on the proposed 2.26 acre lot located in the medium intensity commercial district under section 269-10 and 350-18 of the code of the town of Webster.
Gentlemen.
Good evening. Evan Gappel with Costage Engineering and Bob McFadden with Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union. So last meeting we received preliminary approval. We also received town engineering comments, and we addressed all the comments, provided a new SWIP, provided the updated plans for final approval. And not much has changed since preliminary. We've worked through the landscape and some of the the comments with the stormwater management facilities.
I think everything you had the last time was good. There was just the SWIPs and miscellaneous drainage, this and that.
Yeah,
That's all we had. It'd be nice to have you guys out here, wouldn't it? Yeah, glad you hoping the same, right? Okay, anybody have any concerns with this? We covered everything, and all we had was the drainage issues and things of that nature. And that's all been resolved apparently, so. You okay with that, John? Derek?
Also,
You're okay with that? All right, we're good to go then. All right. Somebody want to make a motion for final approval? Here, I'll give you a cheat sheet. You can use this. I don't want to make all these. Here, use this, and if we want to add anything in, let's make it. What? Final approval, right there on top.
I'll make a motion for final approval, subject to the project review committee comments, subject to preliminary approval conditions, subject to all applicable governmental fees, subject to Department of Public Works approvals. Significant construction shall occur 1 year as deemed by the planning board to expire on August the 5th, 2026. The conditions of preliminary and final approval are depicted on the cover page of the final design plans. Engineer for the proposed project shall provide a letter of certification that all proposed work was completed as per planning board resolution. The final approval before a certificate of occupancy will be issued. A letter of credit to the town of the project shall include the fee for the engineer's final certification inspection of the site. Let's see, drawing number. What do you have for a drawing number?
Look at the project number. It's dated May 12th, 2025. Project number is 9444. You can use that.
Subject to drawing number 9944.
9444. Okay, that's your motion?
That's the motion.
Second?
All right, Mr. Giardina,
Aye.
Mr. Koso,
Aye.
Mrs. Mottman,
Aye.
Mr. Anderson,
aye.
Mr. Kashani.
Aye. Okay, so how's that? Good luck with the project. You guys have done a heck of a nice job with this.
Thank
It'd
you.
be nice now, I see you got it, now you're set to go tear the thing down, the whole building, right? Get it cleaned up over there. You put landscaping in like we discussed, that's all in there, nice job. Okay, have a good one, fellas.
The last scheduled item on tonight's agenda is Lockwood Electric, located at 633 Basket Road. Applicant Lon Lockwood is requesting final site plan approval associated with the construction of 8,823 square foot multi-tenant post-frame slab building on a 1.48 acre lot located in an industrial district on 269-10 and 350-22 of the code of the town of Webster.
Good evening, Greg McMahon with McMahon LaRue and Lon Lockwood, the applicant and owner of the property. We appeared last month, received preliminary approval. The two of the comments, the larger comments that we heard last month were that the dumpster enclosure was to be of a concrete block type. That change has been made to the plans. And also you wanted to see some type of rendering or colors for the building, and elevations, colored elevations were provided. I believe we did receive town engineer comments, and those were addressed on the plans. And we're here tonight seeking final approval.
Looks nice, nice looking building.
Thank you.
Outdoor lights on the building, any lighting on the site or whatever? We may have talked about it, remember though.
There is a lighting plan with,
I think we did discuss it, the lights, you did mention, the light, none casting out toward the road.
no, they're all dark sky compliant.
That's right,
And
yeah.
all the light spill is contained on the property.
Okay. Now, how about, you gonna put a sign in there because more than one business? Is it, well, you don't have it here now, but would you?
I hadn't even thought about
Okay,
it.
no problem.
Probably will have
It's not
to
that-
sign.
When you do, my suggestion, because you've got your business and then you've got the dog business there and so on and so forth, make it into one sign though, instead of, separate signs, okay?
Okay,
That's
yeah,
all.
absolutely.
All right, anything else? I think we've looked at this, there were just some issues that were there. Derek, you had concern about being in an agricultural district or something? That was resolved though, right?
That was resolved.
Yeah, okay.
That was all taken care of.
All right, anything else? Nothing? Okay, you wanna make a motion for final approval, someone? Mark, you got my cheat sheet, go ahead.
Okay. Make a motion for final approval subject to, for Lockwood Electric located at 633 Basket Road. Subject to project review committee comments, subject to parks and recreation fees, subject to preliminary approval conditions, subject to all applicable governmental fees, subject to Department of Public Works approvals. Significant construction shall occur within 1 year as deemed by the planning board to expire on August 5th, 2026. Conditions of preliminary and final approval are depicted on the cover page of the final design plans. Engineer for the proposed project shall provide a letter of certification that all proposed work was completed as per planning board resolution. Final approval before a certificate of occupancy will be issued. The letter of credit to the town for the project shall include the fee for the engineer's final certification inspection of the site. All stormwater facilities will be constructed first, all downspouts will be connected to the storm sewer system, subject to resolution of final approved minutes. Approvals are subject to drawing number
24149.
24149.
That's your motion?
Motion.
Wait, just put in the applicant to return for any future signing. Want to put that in there? Okay, that's it. Okay, you have a motion, need a second.
Second.
Mr. Sardina. Mr. Cosar.
Aye.
Mrs. Montman.
Aye.
Mr. Anderson.
All right.
Mr. Kashani.
Aye. Okay, I guess with that, we're all set.
Thank you.
Good luck with the project.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you.
I'd like to make a motion for approval of meeting minutes. We have one for June 3rd and then July 1st, but I wasn't here on July 1st. So I can only make it one.
That's all right, do that one.
June 3rd, 2025.
I've sent in all, okay, yeah, that's a motion, need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and what was the other one, Mark?
July 1st, 2025.
Okay, I'll make a motion for that.
I'll second it.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, very good. Okay, we're good. I guess that's it, folks.